Let's kick this off today. So today's first guest on the premiere episode of the Real Sunny Gill podcast is Niven Samichetti. Now, Niven is a property entrepreneur with properties in the UK and abroad. He became infamous for that Channel 5 documentary, Count's House Millionaires. He's also got his own property consultancy and training academy as well. So just want to kick it off and say, welcome to the show, Niven. How's it going?
Thank you, brother. It's a pleasure to be here and to catch up with you in Dubai.
Yeah. How's it going in Dubai? You having fun?
Having fun, a bit of work, stuff like this, media commitments and spending some rent money. But yeah, it's all good and nice to catch up with you, Sonny.
Yeah. How long you in Dubai for?
I've just been here a couple of weeks and then off to Thailand and then back to the UK. And probably spend summer in Marbella. So all around the world.
Yeah. Is it mainly business or pleasure, the trip?
It's a bit of both, to be honest. Like I can live anywhere I want now, so try and see as many places as possible. Mm-hmm. And I just can't be stuck in one place like I used to be.
Yeah, I can imagine. So tell us about yourself. Tell us about where you're from, your background, your upbringing.
So I grew up in Sheffield, just a normal kid really. School, did a bit of uni, got like a call centre job, worked in a takeaway, just your standard young jobs, wasn't really doing anything, felt a bit demotivated and wanted to make something of myself, so fell into property and the rest is history, as I say.
So you worked in call centres and all that, right?
Yes, I've done call centre work, I've done driving for takeaways, I've done all sorts. That's until I first started buying property. As soon as I bought my first property from savings from the job, it was just snowball from there really. Didn't really get to document anything either because in those days there was no really social media or YouTube, so it came full circle when I did a documentary at the end, and it's been pretty good, and I'm still obviously active in property, still buying, having more fun with it now, buying bigger units and like buying abroad, but I've learned the game from the bottom up really.
What were those first few jobs like? You said there was a call centre, there was some other ones. What were they like?
I mean, they weren't bad. I enjoy driving and I don't mind, speaking to anyone really. So it wasn't too bad. I had sales targets as well in the call centre, so I was always pretty high smashing those targets. But obviously it's not something you want to be doing for the rest of your life. And when you're young, you kind of do that. You do get them jobs, but you also think, I can't do this forever. And then you're not sure what you're going to do next. So I always had that forward thinking, as in like, I can't do this for 5 years, but it's all right for now. And I always saved the money. And when I had enough to invest in, obviously, I invested into property.
So how did you get that first property? What was it? What was the deal behind that? Like, what were you doing at the time, like job-wise? How did the whole thing all like link together?
Yes, I was probably saving about £500 a week, which is like smashing a call centre sales job and doing Chinese deliveries on the evenings. It was hard work, but yes, you got energy when you're young, so I managed to save quite a bit of money. I saved about £10,000, and I got a first-time buyer mortgage. I spent every single penny I had, which was about £10,000, and put it as a deposit. And bought a first property, and it wasn't even that cheap, to be fair. It was about £100,000. It's cheap to today's standards as to where it is, but yeah. So as soon as I got that, I think I got about 2,000 back in within a week, just from rents and deposits, because I'd split them up into.
So when you say first time buyer mortgage, what is that?
First time buyer mortgage, so basically it's the one mortgage where you can put like 5% deposit or 10% deposit. Mine worked out to about 10 all in, 10% deposit, so it was basically £10,000 on a £100,000 property. So as I said, I got about £2,000 back in, and I thought, and then every month I was getting, probably one of my wages.
Yeah.
So now I had 3 incomes.
When you said £2,000 back in, what do you mean by that?
As in the first. So I lived in it and I rented the other rooms out.
Oh, so you're almost doing like house hacking.
That's
what the Americans call it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So basically, to make ends meet.
Yeah.
I kind of stumbled into it. I originally only wanted one house to live in to secure our future, because I moved around when I was young, and like I wanted just something secure for myself.
Yeah.
So I got the house, and then I thought, oh, I'm gonna have to pay all the bills and everything. So I thought, well, let's rent out the 3 rooms to my mates.
Yeah.
And
Smart, mate.
yeah,
Smart.
so basically what happened, my mates dropped out.
Mm.
So I found a website online, and basically it was free to advertise a house share.
Yeah.
Put it on there, it went within 2 days.
Yeah, I bet.
And, I didn't know anything about property, like, I knew it was a good area because all the students were there, but I didn't really know as to what I know now in terms of growth and stuff. So it basically got rented straight away. I was making like another monthly salary just from the rent.
Yeah, I bet.
And I thought,
So how much was each room?
It was about 400.
Yeah,
it was quite a nice house. Like, there was no work I needed doing, and like good job as well, because I wouldn't have had the funds to do it.
Yeah.
So,
so living mortgage free, and you're getting money out.
Yeah,
of it,
basically,
right?
yeah. So I was living for free.
Yeah.
I had 2 jobs, and I was getting money from rental income. And I thought, there's not really many people. I knew like old landlords, but my product was a bit better, because I knew, like, at that age, even back in the day, there was people wanted internet and didn't want to worry about bills. So I put that straight in, included all of that. And the old landlords, like, the 60-year-olds, they weren't bothered. It was still that area where, a landlord was, the tenant was lucky to get anything fixed, whereas mine was very much customer driven. So I don't see tenants, I see more as like customers, even to this day. So that model worked, and I thought I'll replicate it. So I literally just saved again, another £10,000, which came a bit quicker this time because I had 3 incomes, and did it again. And then the rest is history. I just kept on doing it, and it just got faster and faster.
I think that's really good advice for anybody starting out. Like, you could literally just move into a house, rent out some rooms. Obviously, there's HMO compliancy stuff that people need to know about, which we'll go into. But it just means anybody can make money from a house. Anyone.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't looking around at money-making schemes because there's a lot of noise now.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, like, and back in the day, if there was Instagram and YouTube and it was like popping as it is now, you might go, oh, I'm going to do Forex, or I'm going to do this or that. But I was quite blessed to fall into property because it's really the only secure way of making long-term money.
Yeah.
Like, sure, you can buy and sell something and make, or resell, be a reseller or something and make a quick bit of money. But longevity-wise, property is the only game where you actually win by holding it for longer. And what I mean by that is, because I've been thinking about this a lot recently. Say you do YouTube or TikTok and you're an influencer. Because I've got loads of influencer mates, and what happens is you do it, you become big, you start the next best reel, or and you get sponsorships, but then the game changes. You got to keep on top. You've got to be the freshest guy or girl on the block, kind of thing. Otherwise, you'll lose those deals, right? So you've always got to be thinking, always got to be but there's always going to be someone in a couple of years, might not be now, in a couple of years, who comes up with a new idea, and then your page just drops, right? With property, if you bought 10 years ago, you've got a 10-year advantage over someone just starting out. You're actually in a better position. And if you held it 20 years, then you're in an even better position. So it actually, the longer you hold it, the easier it is.
Yeah.
And you can't really find businesses like that, to be fair.
It's the older active income versus passive income, right? And just the property grows.
Yeah,
and it pays
so
you at the same time.
Basically,
right?
inflation will increase the value of your property, decrease your debt, and you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to think of new marketing schemes. You don't have to be the fresh. You literally just keep your property rented, update it, obviously with nice designs. But the longer you hold the property, the more you'll be rewarded, and the less work you'll have to do. So yeah, it's pretty decent.
It's historically throughout mankind, I think property has created the most millionaires by far than any other industry on the planet.
Yeah, that's true. And obviously,
why do you think that is?
I think we all need a place to live, right? There's only a certain amount of land in the world, so it's just, growing population, everyone needs a place to live, everyone needs security-backed assets as well, so it's really only gold or property. You can't leverage gold to the same extent. You can't rent it out. So, you know, there's not really any use to it, apart from a hedge in risky times. So in risky times, you always see gold go up. But in terms of property, it's physical. You can use it. You can, you know, rent it out. You can use it as security in the bank, for the bank. Sorry, you can actually drive past it. It's just physical, and that's probably why. Because it's a piece of the world that you can own, isn't it? So
it's a fixed asset, right?
Yeah,
it's not a theoretical.
And in thing is as well, it's land. So you own a piece of the country you live in, or the world, or you know, if you live in one place, you want to own pieces around the world. You can do that.
Yeah. I tell you what, before the Ukraine war, right, I used to always think that we're protected in this country, and the government, the way they took those oligarchs' assets. Now, I'm not going to feel sorry for them, but it makes you think, right, when the government comes knocking, really, we've got no control sometimes. But like, if they can do that to oligarchs, they can do that to any of us.
Yes.
So, although I feel protected having my portfolio, so are you. It's a mad world we live in, man. It's a mad world we live in.
So I remember that, and basically, I've got high net worth Chinese friends as well. And they were like, wow, like this could be us next.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you've always got to engage in asset protection, and that's when you get to a certain level of wealth.
Yeah.
So when you get to that level, obviously, you'll see it in Marbella and Dubai, like people spread their wealth. So you can buy places abroad where you are subject to different jurisdictions, and you can literally just play the system. So, you know, they usually come with, like, if you're buying this over $500,000, most places you'll get like a visa as well, and like residency rights. So
is that what you've done in Dubai? You got a visa here.
I just do it because I like the places, and a bit of asset protection as well, because you've always got to be smart when you achieve a certain level. So Marbella, Dubai, places in Mauritius, that's just hedging your bets. But I've got no fear. I still buy I buy in the UK more than any other place. Like I know it like the back of my hand. So it's just having maybe one place, and you never know. You know, it could be drawn into any madness. The UK, so it's nice to have a place to escape to. You know, a place in the sun. But yeah, primarily bread and butter money making is the UK, and you probably won't find a better place for it in terms of real estate. I mean, most of the countries I've visited, the real estate market really is like a shark's tank.
Yeah.
And you're going to get eaten alive. Like, there's so much that goes on.
Look, UK gets a lot of bashing, right? From people that live there, people that have left there. But from a money-making perspective, UK is one of the best countries in the world, just behind America in terms of, you know, the capitalism there. Yeah, people's mindsets are a little bit negative in the country. You put that to one side from a regulation point of view and the ability to make money in the sphere of property. Not many countries are like that. Do you know what I mean?
No,
not many
not
countries.
at all.
Do you know what I mean?
You know, even even here in Dubai, you know, it's not as easy to make money in property. You might hear the odd stories where people have bought and hold, but there's a lot of bullshit.
Yeah.
There's rent controls. There's you know, people getting contracts from you know, different sources, and it's a lot. It's very difficult, and you know, you've seen how hungry the agents are. They'll literally do anything to get a deal. And the same with rental. So the it really is an easy game, and I'd say to anyone, you know, cut your teeth in the UK and
So I compare it to like for example, Canada, right? So my sister, she's actually she's a portfolio landlord in Canada, and like they're just fucking communists, mate, out there. That's what they are. Like they've got these rent controls. Like they can only increase the rent by like 2% a year. If a tenant doesn't want to pay, they can stay in there for ages. They've got like these landlord tenancy boards, and they decide if a tenant leaves or goes. And often they'll just go on the tenant side. They'll let them stay there for fucking ages. So you got those kind of places in the world, and you just think, okay, those countries had exceptional capital growth, but in terms of the actual legislation, it's very anti-landlord, and that mindset creeps in. Like a lot of mainland Europe has got anti-landlord legislation. Scotland try and bring in rent controls and this and that, and you know that will seep into England at some point if we're not careful.
Yeah, it's true, and this is why I don't buy for rent as much. Obviously, I buy for rent but capital growth, because you'll find in the UK, if you buy in the right areas, you know, your property might double in a couple of years or a few years, depending on which period you buy it, but you can leverage that, whereas in other countries, you can't.
Yeah.
For example, I've got a property in Marbella, and I bought that before lockdown, and that's doubled, and it's money just sat there. You can't like pull it out. You can't.
So talk to me about that
Yeah.
deal. What year did you buy it? What talk to me about it.
Yeah, so that was like more of a pleasure deal. So
Mm-hmm.
it's literally on the beach. I got it in lockdown. Obviously, no one knew what was going to happen. To be fair, if I invested that in the UK in lockdown, it probably would have been a bit better, the returns, I reckon. Got it for like 700. It's probably worth 1.7 now based on what the neighbours sold for.
But you did some works to it as well,
I've
right?
not even done any works to it.
Really?
Yeah,
So that's actual pure
that's
capital
just
growth.
pure capital growth. Buying obviously when the will's shut down. But as I said, I've done similar in the UK over that period as well, just smaller deals. So obviously the properties in the UK I buy, I think I bought one for 103 and sold it for 147. So just little deals like that, but little deals, they add up and you can quickly save $500,000 doing just little deals. But in the UK, you don't have to sell, you can remortgage. So you can keep the asset and take your profit out essentially and then go again. Whereas other countries, you can't do that. It's very difficult
So explain remortgaging in layman's terms so somebody don't fully get that concept.
Yeah, so remortgaging, say if your property's gone up from 100 to 200,000, you can borrow 70% of the difference as long as the rental income covers it and you've got sufficient profit, like a trading business basically. So you keep the asset and then you can expand your portfolio without selling and without incurring tax from selling.
Yeah, it's taking advantage of the capital growth and it's dipping into the value that's being created over time or forcing your own appreciation. Some people force their own appreciation by doing extensions, loft conversions, HMO conversions, or waiting for actual time to elapse, right? And it's just dipping into that by basically getting a new mortgage that supersedes the old mortgage, right? And I think some people get their knickers in a twist when they try and get their heads around it, but it's a pretty fucking simple concept. But then it's so, like, I only really got my head around it in, like, the whole point of refinancing from a business perspective, like 2017. Didn't really have a clue about it before, if I was honest. So,
I mean, people are scared of taking on debt, as it said, as they call it. But if you structure it right and it's in a company name, and you remortgage, that's how you grow your portfolio. You can do it another way. You can just stack up the rental income, wait till you get another 30,000, which might take you a year. But you're going to be like light years behind other people. And at the end of the day, what's the point? Because you want the money as fast as possible so you can enjoy it as long as you don't want. I know loads of traditional landlords who are like 70 just buying the first like sports car and stuff like that. And what's the point of having like a couple of mil when you're 70? There's literally no point.
So that's like a cultural change. Like, what's changed then? Like you've touched upon that topic there, right? Old school landlords versus new school landlords. What's the difference? What's going on?
I think new school landlords, I think everyone now, and it's good and bad, but everyone now wants fast money.
Yeah.
So like all the youngers, like early 20 guys, they want fast money. This is why they get attracted to like Forex and scams and all sorts of stuff, right? But at the end of the day, it's fast money. Because he wants to wait till they're 50 so they can buy a nice car. So I get it, but you got to have a balance, you see. So you've got to have assets behind it, because there's no point having, making 50 grand when you're 20, spending it, and by the time you're 30, you're back in a normal job.
Exactly, burning the cash cow.
Because the way you made it is not going to exist. So in 10 years, whatever you did, whatever video got you 1 million views, right, it's not going to exist then.
Well, look at the lads in like sales jobs or recruitment that smash it out in their 20s. They're fucking killing it on like 6 figures.
Exactly.
And then you go, oh, did you buy any properties with it? Nah.
No.
What'd you do with it? I burnt it.
Yeah, burnt it. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And then they kind of like, all they've got is stories about, I used to kill it in my 20s. Yeah, but what you do now, nothing. You just got a semi-detached and a shit car. Like, so you need to, but if they'd invested it, doing exactly the same as they're doing, but invested it or got someone, maybe focus on what they do best and get like someone like a consultant or a mentor to help them do it. They could come out of that, take a step back. When you get older, you got less energy, and then live a really nice life. So they've had best of both. But the worst thing is to smash it in your 20s and then, a few years later, even towards like 28, you've got nothing to show for it apart from a few nice pictures. That's about it. So
do you not think there's an argument in your 20s you've got to fuck up and you've got to do a bit of dumb shit for guys, and then that's what puts hairs on your chest? What's your feelings behind that argument?
Yeah, you do, and you need to enjoy your life and stuff, but you need to be smart about it. You're making like £10,000 a month doing sales or whatever you're doing online, if you spend all that on tables and bollocks, you're not going to have anything to show for it. So you'll have a good time for 2 years. Probably won't remember half of it anyway. And yeah, that's it. So I did it another way. So I was skint in my 20s, apart from buying property, and that properties what I was buying, they weren't. I couldn't say I bought it for 17. It's worth like 200 or anything. It was literally the same price. If I sold it, I wouldn't have made any money because it was recession as well. But the rental income was good. But I just saved and saved and saved. But I also managed to travel as well because I used to be a flight attendant. So I got all the good life for free, basically. I was getting paid for it.
You were a flight attendant?
Yeah, so I was a flight attendant. So I was literally going around the world, which everyone wants to do now. And why wouldn't you? But I was getting paid for it. And obviously stacking money for property. So I was just buying property back in the UK.
Yeah. How long was you doing that?
For about 2 years.
Yeah. How the hell did you get that job?
I don't know. I just landed it. You've always got to have your antenna out as well. You've always got to see what's going on, and obviously don't just copy what you see, but really think about what you want to achieve and what you want to see in life. And remember, time's ticking as well. So that lifestyle was completely different, those times. And it was really fun actually building up a business while having that motivation. I also lived in Dubai, so I had like a really good mindset. I wasn't stuck in like a UK mindset. So that helped as well, because obviously out here you think anything's possible, which is why I come out here a lot to like reset the mindset, whereas the UK is very like, you're quite caged in.
So what is that about the UK mindset? So we've touched upon that, but what goes on? What is this idea of negativity in the UK? What is that about? What's going on?
I think in the UK, people don't want to celebrate success. And it's not really talked about as well. It's quite like no one talks about the deals they've done, or unless you get into a networking group, which I don't really go to. So
we're taught to be too humble. We're taught to be like conservative without information. Don't share too much. Don't reveal your cards.
Yeah, exactly. And this, don't get me
wrong. Head below the parapet. Ducking and weaving.
That's it. And don't get me wrong. There's a time for that. Would I go on social media or like do a documentary when I was buying up areas that was, doubling in a few months? No, I wouldn't. Like, let's be honest, no one would. Like, I don't care what people say about networking. Like, no one's going to tell you the golden eggs. Like, it's not going to happen. People always got an ulterior motive, and I'm quite glad I didn't. And I wouldn't have done anyway. Let's be honest. Even if it was like had a really good profile back then, I wouldn't have done that. It's just you got to look after you, pay yourself first, right?
Yeah.
But
what is it about like the UK? So, for example, in America, right? In America, people are unashamedly capitalist. I'm doing this for the dough, right?
Yeah,
people in America, if they see like a sports car, they'll be like, you know what, one day I want that car. People in this country, first thing that comes in their heads, 9 times out of 10, wanker.
No, you get that, and you've got to remember as well, like people are just in normal jobs, 9 to 5s.
So are people in the United States. And
true. But what you find in the UK, they're not happy. But get loads of people messages all the time. It's like typical, like they're usually not happy. They want to get out of the rat race, but they can't because they've got commitments now.
Yeah.
So they've got a mortgage, probably just, young kids. And obviously if they see me or even someone who's like younger turn up in a Ferrari, just like going for their days basically consists of like 2 dinners, like 2 different meetings, but they just go to like nice restaurants and stuff, like, and that's their Monday. They're going to feel a bit, you can't help it, can you? You're going to feel a bit like, oh, why are they having that life kind of thing? And they get home, they're tired, they've got work all week, they booked like 1 week annual leave, and they've seen people fly around the country, the world. So I understand it, but then it's, you can always change it. It's not too late to ever change, but obviously it's better to do it. The earlier you do it, the better. So yeah, I try and help people in that way as well. And it's just as soon as I said about property, the quicker you do it, the more life you've got to enjoy it. Yeah. So everyone's got a set amount of years. So
what advice would you give to like new people going into property? You're obviously doing the property mentoring stuff as well. So just talk to me about that. Talk to me about what would you say to newbies?
Yeah, so to newbies going into properties, there's quite a fear of owning a property from the outset. So that needs to be overcome. Is
that like, for example, the fear of debt? Or?
Both. It's sometimes the fear of even just having the responsibilities of owning a property because you're tied to something. But it's just to approach it as any other business. Say if you're opening, you know, any business like reselling or whatnot. So, and get stuck in, get your first one. Don't think. I mean, the advantage you've got when you do, when I was 18, 19, is that you don't care. You know, you actually don't care because what have you got to lose? You've got nothing to lose.
Fearless.
Yeah, and you've got nothing to lose. You've got no commitment, so it's so much easier.
Yeah,
But most of my mentees do really well are the younger ones because they've got like a decent amount of savings. They've got so much time in their hands, like as in like they can fail, start again, fail again.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's one of them where if I get my older clients, they've got more money to invest, but they've got more fear.
Yeah.
So what I say is, look, even if you've got 50, 100,000 pound in the bank, we only need to spend like 20, 25,000 on the house, rent it out, and you'll get it back anyway because buying below market value and remortgaging or flipping it. So there's no, there shouldn't be any fear, but obviously it's a mindset thing really. So a lot of my trading is mindset based as well.
Yeah.
A lot of it is, it's just...
You touched about that failure thing, right? That fear of failure, like what is it about that inhibits people to hit their goals? Like where's the link with that, and how do people get over that? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think you know what it is now. I think people, because everything's out there, everyone's following everyone's journey. I think there's more chances going to be known about now. So if you fail and your friends see you fail and their friends see you fail, and it's all over Instagram or Facebook, it's going to make you look in your head. Yeah. But then that failure will probably elevate you above all of them. Yeah. Because if you've asked anyone who's been successful, they've failed. You fail again. Exactly. Again. You develop that skin. I've fucking failed so much. Exactly. So many fucking failures. And I've got to a point now, I ain't scared of fucking anything anymore. Yeah. And if I have real big fuck ups, all right, okay, what's the solution? What's the solution? We move forward, right? Yeah. People don't want to fail. A lot of people have excuses as well. Like they want to do it and they'll still talk to you next year. They'll still be like, I really want your lifestyle. Like the same thing that they said last year. So you're on about the talkers, right? On one of my like 10 holidays that I've been on, and they'll message me, go, "Oh, bro, looks sick. I want that life, yeah? Yeah. How do you do it? Send them a link like, this is how you do it. You don't even need me. You can do it yourself. Just follow the advice. Yeah, just follow the advice. It's free, yeah? Yeah. The next year I'll be in a different country. They'll say the same thing. Or what car have you got now? Well, they're the talkers, right? I mean, they're like the equivalent when you go networking events and you meet a guy who's like, yeah, I'm looking to buy my first investment. And then you go back a year later, he's like, yeah, I'm still looking to do my first investment. I mean, it's sad, really. Do you know what I mean? Because the desire's there, but something's inhibiting them to do it. I don't, but, I can't. I've only got a certain amount of time to enjoy what I made. So, like, I don't waste time, to be fair. If you're jumping on board, you're jumping on board. If you're not, you're not. It doesn't make a difference to me. I enjoy the feedback most of all. So, like, when I help someone and they, acquire something they really wanted, that's the best. That's probably, I prefer that than collecting rent, if you know what I mean. It's just a lot more fulfilling. So, how is that? So, what's more fulfilling, buying new properties or what you're doing now, the mentoring side? How does it fulfill you? And why are you even doing it? I do love buying new properties. Yeah, I can see that big smile on your face, that big cheeky smile. Yeah, I do love buying new properties. I'm not going to lie. So, sometimes I don't even go and get the keys, though. That's the sad thing. Yeah. I mean, I didn't always used to get the keys, but I always wanted to. If I was flying or based somewhere in a different country, I had a layover, like Singapore. Like I had a key to a really nice house, and I had to get builders to go and collect it. So so now like I get a bit lazy in regards to getting the keys. I can literally I can automate the whole process and get the builders. I've got trusted teams, so they'll go and get the keys. They can do all the work, send me pictures before and after, and then I'll give it to an agent to rent and manage. Basically, I don't even have to go to the property, but I do like buying it. But I also I'm not going mad at buying because I've already built a decent portfolio. So I like buying, but I like buying every day. So I buy for other people, get them really good deals, just the thrill of the deal, basically. Yeah. But when you say you buy for other people, what do you mean? Yeah, so I'll be like a buying agent as well for others. Yeah. So I'll source properties that I know will work and I'll make money from. Mostly below market value. I've got a lot of off-market contacts as well. So, and my contacts have taken years to build. I've had to cut through all the bullshit because real estate is probably like one of the most bullshit industries because there's not really any regulation in terms of agents. So so I've done all that, and I do enjoy it. But as I said, the best the best stories are when they're like, oh, I didn't realize it worked so quickly and easily. Like, you just made me 25 grand.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
As
yeah.
in that's what you meant to use.
Yeah. So they'll say that, and then I'll be like, let's do it again. Some of them do, some of them will just go and blow it. But, you know, at least they know what to do.
They know the process. You've done it once, and then it's rinse and repeat.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Then it's up to them,
yeah,
right?
yeah. And I have obviously have some who really got their head screwed on and build up to 10.
Who's without naming names, who's your best success story? Which one gives you the biggest buzz?
Biggest buzz is probably a guy who, really funny story, probably never happen again, but you never know, mentees. I was on the plane to Dubai for the F1, and he was messaging me on Instagram, and I was like, oh, and he's like, I don't really have much money, and I was like, oh my God, but I always reply to everyone, to be fair. It might take me a while, but I do get round to it. So I was just waiting for takeoff, and I was replying, and I go, look, if you really want to do it, I'm on the way to Dubai, I don't have time, I want to chill out of it, but just pay me half. Do this, this, and this, which was create a website, get professional, get networking, because he wanted to do rent to rent, follow these steps. So he sent it me. I didn't really think he was going to send it me. So he sent me the invoice. He paid it.
Yeah.
Plane's taking off. So I messaged him going, yeah, make sure you do it. I've landed back in Dubai. I've connected to the airport Wi-Fi. He sent me the link for his website. It's all up and running. Okay. So that's like, what, 6.5 hours? Yeah. He's already done it. Talking like a 19-year-old here, right? I've gone in, I've checked in. Next day, he's out already networking with estate agents. And he's ringing me going, what shall I wear? What shall I say? And I'm talking him through everything, but he's doing it. It's no like, oh, I'll have a think about it. He's just doing everything.
No fucking.
Yeah, exactly. A week later, he's got his first deal. He's made 4,500. And he's got an estate agent in his back pocket. So he's looking after an estate agent who's giving him deals, and we're selling the rent-to-rent deals. So now he's got like a really good income stream, and he didn't have a job.
Really?
Yeah, he didn't even have a job. But
what was he doing then?
He was he just finished college, and he was wondering. He wanted to go traveling. To be fair, so he wanted to raise some money to go traveling. Yeah. So he's actually in, is it Guatemala, somewhere like that? Yeah, I think he's there now. Yeah. Because, but he knows how to make money now. So he can come back, do that again, and go off again.
You know, deal sourcing, you can actually do that from anywhere in the world.
Yeah, exactly.
You just need your phone, your laptop, broadband. Because you can get people to do viewings on your behalf as well. And you can pay them X amount online if you just do quick Googles and that. Yeah. So there is literally no excuse.
And I know how good it is to travel when you're young. Yeah. So that's really what you know, the money's the money. You can make that, you know, any time. But if you're making it when you're young and travel, and you can do it as like a passive income, it's the best thing. So yeah, he's loving it, sending me pictures and stuff. So that was the best. Obviously, that's not the most money I made, mentees, but it's probably the best. I make doctors thousands all the time, but they don't, you know, they don't have a mad lifestyle. They're not that appreciative. Yeah, I mean, it's more of a like a business contract with them. Yeah. It's more of like, I want to make 100,000 this year. This is what, and I'll send them a contract to do, or like the service level agreement kind of thing. Yeah. But yeah, he was probably like the most fulfilling one. Yeah.
That's a pretty good.
Pretty decent. Yeah. I just imagine being in his shoes. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it'll be fucking buzzing. Yeah. Man, buzzing. Just like at that age, you're learning how to make money, and it's all piecing together. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like your world's your oyster at that point.
Exactly. So that was the best one. And to be fair, it wasn't like it wasn't really a something I thought was going to happen, because I thought they would just think, I get it all the time. I get people all the time going, I haven't got much, because people haven't, especially living in the UK paying bills. Yeah. But if you've got that mindset, and I can work on it, and I can help you with that drive, like even little confidence things, like he didn't want to go into estate agents. Yeah. And I was like on a video call to him going, like, it looked good, like get in there. Do you know what I mean? Like,
ultimately, you're changing lives, right? And like, and I've only now started to like eloquently describe it to people without feeling like I'm chatting shit. Does that make sense? And now I actively tell people I'm changing people's lives here, because I'm similar to you in a similar sphere, right? And like, you know, sometimes I get an odd drunken message off one of my guys or whatever, and they're like, "Oh, I love you, bro. You changed my life," and this and that. And I'll wake up and I'll respond, go, "Oh, it's all you, man. You're the man." And you know, that internal validation that I get is far more now than me picking up keys, which I've also outsourced, even picking up keys. I don't really feel anything anymore. Yeah. But when those guys send me those drunken, dull messages, that gives me so much of a buzz.
Yeah, it's decent. That's why I do it, to be fair. Like, everyone says, oh, you don't need... You don't need to, you know, if you're making that much money while you're selling courses, literally I could disappear tomorrow and I'll still be on the same, if not more, because my income's passive. And most of the money I make from this, as you'll ask, ask any influencer, and I'm not even one, but what I'm saying is it goes into just traveling and stuff. Like it doesn't really buy houses or stuff like that. It just keeps ticking over. And sometimes like I'll spend a bit more. I'll take clients out and stuff like that. Do mindset days, and that's what all it is. It's not amazing money or anything, but it's the fulfillment that helps it. But I will say, like, be careful with people who that is their sole business, because there's a lot of that. I've just seen it. Like, there's more and more every day. Like, I see the sponsored ads and stuff like, property, learn how to do property. And stuff.
So what is it about this sphere, right? Why is there so many fucking property gurus, and what do people need to be aware of?
Well, obviously, people have gone from Forex, realize that's mostly a scam. They've done the drop shipping thing. Then the containers got like, even if we were doing it, like even if you were doing it legitly, the containers are like 40,000 now instead of like 25. So, and then it's just the next thing, isn't it? And it's really easy to go to a house, do a video, refurb it, and then go, I'm an expert, pay me for a course. Because the courses will make more money. So some of them are charging silly money. They'll make more money than the actual property has made them. So they'll go and like, buy 4 or 5 houses in a shit area, remortgage them, do the model, all for content, and then sell it. And don't get me wrong, everyone's got to hustle, right? But you've got to just make sure. I don't take any advice, business-wise, from anyone who's not a millionaire. And a millionaire is a really, really low barrier to entry because,
£1 million means fuck all.
It's like 2 houses in Manchester if you've got 2 big HMOs. So
assets minus liabilities equals 1 million plus.
Like, exactly. So I don't know why other people are.
I say
that's it.
I literally say that to my nephew all the time, right? I go, don't take advice from anyone who's not a millionaire.
And they've got to be certified as well, not like it's a millionaire on paper. Like,
exactly.
I'll show you.
Check a fucking balance sheet.
Let's go to Spain now. I'll show you the pool. Like a million. That's what you got to be like. Not like it's 10 people. I've got 10 investors. I've got a share of it. But it's worth $1 million. No, you don't. You've got like 100 grand.
100K,
So you got to be really smart with it. You like search from a company's house, see how long they've been going for. Most of them haven't been going 10 years. It's like a new game, isn't it?
Well, even on company's house, like you can just go on that section where you look at the charges, right? Like what the fuck is a charge? So a charge is basically on the land registry that mortgage companies put down their details, right? So you can see the amount of charges, which equates to the amount of mortgages a company has. Do you know what I mean? It's difficult to find things in personal names, but if anybody's talking about the companies, just any basic company's house search, then it links you onto the charges, and then you can see the addresses.
I tell you what, what I always see when I do it, there's like 10 directors. Or like 5 shareholders. Do you know what that means? It means fuck all theirs. I've lent money to a big developer. Say like Instagram was sick. I'm not going to name names. Instagram was sick, doing big deals and all that. Met him, obviously, lent some money. Right, tried not to pay me back, right, and I've gone on and I thought it wasn't a lot of money. It was like 25 grand or something.
25.
I mean, don't anyone out there don't think that's don't be doing that. This is like 25 grand. He was like,
So you lent 25 grand.
It's like a quarter of the rent I get, but whatever. So anyway, I've gone on a company's house to check one of the companies, and there's like 6 directors. There's multiple shareholders abroad here. So that person probably owns nothing. And I've gone, I'm going to bankrupt your company if the money's not there. So I had to get solicitors involved. He ended up, he must have asked somebody for a good solicitor. I've been in the game, like I've done law as well. Like I've schooled myself in every aspect of this game. So they made wrong moves here and there, and they ended up paying all my legal fees, interest, and the original loan. Otherwise, I would have got their company. I would have taken all the assets. Which it had all right assets, but obviously it's shared between 10 people.
Was it a personal guarantee as well? Was it just against?
I had personal guarantees mean nothing if they're not wealthy.
Yeah.
So I had a company guarantee. So obviously I've checked the company out before.
Before lending.
Before lending, but you never know. And the Instagram, and we've got loads of like mutual followers, you know, like big property accounts and stuff. So it's just, you really, that showed me, you really do never know what's going on behind the scenes. That they could have been in debt, had to bring on people, that, you know, you never know. And the assets are the assets, but if it's not on one person's name, you don't know, there could be money coming in from everywhere. But
that's the thing with online, right? And just going back to like, you know, people presenting themselves
Exactly.
as property gurus and doing
yeah.
basic research. You see, they've got fucking 1 or 2 houses,
Yeah.
right? Literally like that. Sometimes nothing, but they're good communicators,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
from one hand, I respect them because they're great communicators. They're obviously good marketeers. They're capitalists. They obviously love money. But you fucking falsify selling, really, by presenting yourself as a portfolio landlord when you ain't. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Which is bollocks, right?
and I make it too easy for people as well to approach me and ask for stuff like that. And sometimes I'll give it just because I like them from the outset. And it's all it's all like a facade they're putting on. But like you have to you know, be really really intelligent and switched on to take me out because it's not going to happen. Like I've come from the bottom with nothing, and you've got to be really careful with people like that because it's very hard to rip them off. I've had no like investors, shareholders who have ripped off nobody, never had any investment apart from obviously bank funding in terms of mortgages, and I've built it all from nothing. So to try and to come in as a newbie or a scammer and try and take me out, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, I think what you just said about investors and looking after them and like, you know, so I've borrowed money from private investors, I paid them back. Would do like personal guarantees against me. Obviously, I've got assets. So if I fuck it up, God forbid, I wouldn't fuck it up anyway. But they're protected, right? Even if like they were late, they get this. You know, there's late fees, or God forbid, like the whole thing collapsed. They'll take the property and they'll make more money.
Yeah.
So basically, they would win under every scenario.
And
And one thing I always say to like anybody who's borrowing money off a private investor, you make sure they get paid first, even if you are left out of pocket or pretty fucked. You make sure they get paid first.
Yeah.
No one's more important than your private investor. And I say that from personal experience. I've just made somebody bankrupt recently. And I can't go into too much details because there's a criminal angle to it as well. So I can't really go into too much detail on that. What I can say is I have made somebody bankrupt and I know what it's like to be on the other end. So therefore, anybody who's listening or whatever, you make sure you pay those private investors first, right? Even if you lose money. But it's not just about, you know, being a nice person or the philosophy behind it. It's about credibility, right? That person that you pay back, even if you fucking lost money, that person will come back. He'll come back again and again and again. Do you know what I mean? But that time that you're late and you dick around, you avoid phone calls, don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. You get ahead of it. If there's a month or two out, you're going to be late paying them back, you just get ahead of it. And you say, look, this is a situation, we're just extending it. Or can we extend it? And if you can't, then you make other means. You have plan B, you have plan C.
It's interesting now because when I started, there wasn't people doing private investments. That it wasn't because it was a recession. So you were lucky to get a mortgage from the bank. Now you can raise 100 grand easy. Yeah, I can teach you how to raise 200,000 pounds from private investors, and you could be worth nothing. And it is a lot of it's marketing as well. But you can raise it and then you can invest it, and if you do the right thing, you can pay them back and retain the asset for yourself.
100%.
You do not want shared assets, like, especially when you're young. Like, you don't know what's going to happen in someone's life.
Are you talking about JVs, joint ventures?
Yeah, joint ventures. Like, I don't do it. I get it all the time. Let's do a JV. Why would I JV with someone who's not as wealthy as me? It's not going to happen. I JV with like someone wealthy, obviously, you know, but I'm not going to JV with someone who's like got 5 houses or 6 houses just because they want to JV and make me. They always go, I'll make 50. You make 50 grand. I'll do that anyway.
Yeah, you do it by yourself. But then what about for a newbie then? Are there advantages?
Yeah, for a newbie, obviously, because you started with nothing.
Yeah.
So you can't really lose, can you?
Yeah.
And you might get I know some, you know, who I've helped and they've got really good relationships with foreign backers, and the foreign backers probably ask about the same as a bridging loan, but then they use both, so they don't even need a deposit. So you can use a foreign backer or like a JV partner investor here to pay your deposit. And then your bridging loan, which obviously I sort all the time, but that can be your finance. And then you remortgage it out, you pay off bridging loan, pay off the JV, and you've got the asset for free, basically. So that's a really good hack. That's what I'm teaching people as well. But obviously, you need to have a bit of credibility. You need to have, not everyone's going to attract the right investors. So you need a lot of work as well. So if you can, you know, a lot of my clients, I just go, look, you don't even need that. You've got quite a lot of money or a bit of money. You can afford 20 grand deposit. Let's go to the bank and make a relationship with the bank, and I'll introduce you, because it's going to be faster. You don't want to be like messaging JVs going, you know, presenting deals to them and just pitching to them, especially with these smaller deals.
Yeah.
It's just going to waste your time. Well, I can get you funding. I can get you approved in 24 hours.
Yeah.
Just do it.
I think like one of the best things to do instead of a JV is just trying to utilize people's funds instead of trying to use JVs. Because at least it stays in your same pocket. If somebody can learn the ability, and this is the whole point of the training I do with people, is get the ability to market yourself and be credible to know that you can deliver. As long as people around you know you can deliver, you know, if you end up borrowing $500,000, which sounds insane to a newbie, right? But over time, if you've got proven track results, you'll be able to borrow $500,000 from private investors in networks. And then on the 20% ROI and $500,000, what's that? That's $100K a year. Yeah. You've just made $100K a year off borrowing $500,000.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? This transforms people's lives. And yes, I think people just need to, just kind of get their heads around that concept of private investor finance. It can be used really well. Also, joint ventures, for example, like if somebody, so for example, somebody could use someone else's skill sets, right? So say if like I'm starting out, I was a QS, you know, I'm the project manager, you know, in theory, I could have got other people to put in all the money, we do the refurb, they pay for the deposit, they pay for the refurb, and then on refinance, we'll pay them back. And then if there's anything outstanding, all the rent will pay them back. Then after that, I'll take 50%. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So after you pay them back, you get 50%.
Yeah, of the rent.
Yeah.
And then the asset can be technically be split as well. So.
Yeah, but if your asset's split, you're gonna have to double up you'd have to double up everything you're doing to make the same for yourself.
Indeed. But it's literally someone else putting it for you, right?
Yeah. I mean, the way I think is if I want to spend 50 grand on holiday, and pay with my business card, from the rent, I don't have to ask my JV partner.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't have to have him going, why are you not doing any work? Why are you in Marbella all summer?
Mm-hmm.
And why have you, you know, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Because we've got a room empty. Because it's all mine.
Yeah.
But I understand the world's changing and there's a lot of you know, it is quite easy to collaborate now. It just depends. But I'm quite old school. Like I'm old school, and collaboration and JVs and stuff like that is quite new school. And I can teach you it, and we can do it successfully. But obviously, my preferred method is 100% you own it, because in 10 years' time, you don't know what's going to happen in your life or your collaborative partners.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You could fall out, right? You could have he could move to the other side of the world. You could get married and get divorced, and what's going to happen to your assets?
Yeah.
If they're JV'd. Yeah, you could, you know, you could want to sell, they don't want to sell, all sorts.
This is where, like, it's a great point you make, right? But this is where contracts are so important. And this is why the best joint venture partnerships are actually between strangers.
Yeah, of course.
Because what do strangers do? They draw up proper contracts.
Yeah.
They spend thousands of pounds with a commercial solicitor, and they draw up proper contracts, and they go through every scenario, you know, alternative dispute resolutions.
Yeah.
What happens if you fall out? Well, we do X, Y, and Z. What happens in this scenario? Well, we do X, Y, and Z. But the worst ones are between mates or like cousins or whatever. Because guess what? There's no fucking contract, right? And that's where issues lie. So when people say, don't do business with your mates or family, the only reason people say that, if you peel back the layers and you zoom out, is because the lack of contracts. There is no formality.
That's true. And people will do everything to avoid a contract.
Yeah.
You've got to remember that as well. People will be like, we don't need a contract. The guy tried it with me for 25 grand. We don't need a contract. It's 25 grand, light work. Going on, like, you know, they've got some massive development company. Why it costs you more in legal fees? No, it's all right. I'll draw it on myself. Do you know what I mean? My contracts are watertight, even if I do it myself. I do it for clients. Like, so people, you know, your mates will try all sorts, because without a contract, you can't get your money back. Even with a contract, it's difficult. You know, if you're hiding assets and they're really intelligent, you know, even if you could have people like worth quite a lot and they'll hide assets. And if you don't know the legal system, you ain't getting it. Simple as that. It's a game. It's a game, and you got to play the game. And you got to start. This is why I prefer people starting from 1 house, 2, 3, learning how to manage the money. Because when they've got 10 and a millionaire, they can be smart with everything. Even to the little things like going out with your mates who've got 9 to 5s. If you don't have to manage 100 grand a month cash flow, how are you going to manage paying the bills? Little things. Do you know what I mean?
Systems and processes, right? And that's why you talk about the incremental steps, right? Rather than the explosive growth in a few weeks or a few months.
Exactly. And sustainable as well, because then you know, you can have that for 5, 10 years, 20 years. It's be pretty easy for you. So it's always better to have a journey and start from the bottom. You know.
So where do you see yourself in like 10 years then?
Probably live in multiple residents around the world.
Yeah. Like where? Obviously Dubai, we're here now.
But I like Marbella as well. It's quite, Spain in general is quite chilled. Obviously, growing a property portfolio in the UK, looking at hotels and service accommodations, and I don't really do developments. Quite bothered. I like fast money. I don't want to wait 2-3 years for even $500,000. Like it's not, doesn't appeal to me. So yeah, just more of the same. Obviously, grow my mentorship. Have some really good success stories. Yeah, and just carry on in the same regard. Really, I don't really need to reinvent the wheel or change anything because everything's working for me. What's meant for you is meant for you anyway. So just carry on and enjoy the journey. Really.
Yeah, it's cool. It's interesting you mentioned the mentorship as well because I'm doing similar and I think 3 of my good mates from growing up, 3 of my mates from like uni in my 20s and stuff like that, they're going to basically in a position in 3 years, touch wood. It's not even touching wood, it's a fact.
Yeah.
It is what it is. As long as I stay alive, it's going to happen, right? But they're going to retire. They'll be in a position to either leave their jobs or to continue it. And that's changing people's lives, bro. Like that is literally changing people's lives. So let's say what that is, we're creating like a brotherhood. Do you know what I'm saying? And it sounds like a bit cheesy or whatever, but no, that's actually a fact. Let's say in a few years, one of those guys, after they're retired, they get with like a new partner.
Yeah.
And that partner doesn't like me.
Yeah.
What do you think he's going to tell her? He's going to tell her to fuck off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because we've been on this journey,
Yeah,
right? We've created the brotherhood.
yeah.
We've escaped the rat race through our relationship.
That's it,
Do you know what I mean? Those guys that escaped the rat race because of you, they will be indebted to you for life.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, as I said, I just enjoy doing it. I don't really push it that much. I'm not kind of like greedy or anything. If someone wants help, I give help. Obviously, there's a charge for my time, but it's very little. Probably the cheapest on the market just because I enjoy it. Don't need the money. So, and I obviously enjoy the lifestyle. So when I post it, I get more inquiries basically, especially stuff that I enjoy, like cars, eating out, nice clothes, and that tends to be the way it works these days. Why not? But it's literally I enjoy it, so why not? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the other side's true. If I needed to switch off everything, I could do, and I'd still be fine. So it's a good place to be.
So what's been? It's a bit of a weird question, but what's been your biggest failure in property? You think?
Biggest failure in property is probably not buying enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably not going as quick as I could have.
Yeah.
Because it just there wasn't that speed back in the day. It wasn't around you, so it didn't sharpen you. So you're happy with 2-3 a year.
Yeah.
Whereas I could have been doing that a month. Realistically,
But bro, that's all of us, right? Do you know what I mean? We all should have done more. We're all greedy.
Yeah, but I could have though. I could have. I had the money was there, the deals were there. I just wasn't being smart. I wasn't remortgaging straight away, buying next door.
Yeah.
I was just turning down deals. Obviously, I was living a nice life, traveling and stuff as well.
Yeah.
But if I'd be net worth be double easy, and that's just from 5-6 deals. So
yeah, 100%. Yeah, I mean, I play that game as well. If I just started a few years early, if I just did this, I just did that.
Yeah, but I started early though. That's the thing. I started when I was 19. So realistically, even I should have been worth a lot more now, and just bought more because it's hard to buy. It's not hard to buy now, but it always gets harder. So the prime locations I've got in Manchester, I couldn't just go back now and buy it because it would use a lot of the pot. Yeah. Whereas if I bought it for what I bought then, I'd be sitting on gold mines, which I am, but I'm not sitting on next door's gold mine as well, which I could have been. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's a failure.
Yeah.
And what else? That's about it, to be honest. I've taken my foot off the gas before, got caught out. But yeah, it's one of them.
When you say caught out, what happened?
Yeah, so
you got that look in your eye, mate. What happened?
It's not really a thing, really. It's just you take your foot off the ball completely in any business, it's going to happen. You get complacent. So I got complacent. Was living in Marbella just after lockdown. Everyone, no one knows what's really going on, and just had compliance issues with my HMOs and bad tenants, and authorities got involved, and basically I got a not a big fine, just a fine. It was based on rental income anyway, so it's probably at the time 1 month's rental income. So, but the headache to sort it out.
How much was it?
How much was what?
The fine.
I don't know, but that will reveal my one at the time a few years ago, my rental income in COVID. So, yeah. It was over 65 grand, but it's what it is. And in COVID, we were half occupancy as well. Should have been like, could have been 100 grand.
So what happened there? Like you said, the HMO compliancy, like what? What does that even mean? HMO compliancy. What happened?
HMO compliance is making sure your health and safety is bang on. To the point where it's got to be better than hotel standards. Actually, HMOs.
So you were in Spain. There was a problem with
there was random inspections.
Yeah.
There was random inspections.
Yeah.
There was like 6 o'clock in the morning, break the door down, immigration services, fire service. There was nothing. Yeah, and it's
immigration as well.
Yeah, because obviously you want to create as much. That's how they get into a property, don't they? That's how you can get an emergency warrant. I know the game. I'm really, I'm school. I've got contacts everywhere. But if you go at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, after lockdown, sorry, when I'm in Spain, you're getting in. And my tenants are on my side as well. They're like, there's no problems. All sound. They even don't open the door, but they get kicked in. It's mad. And that's money though. That's what happens. When people know you got money and you go out there and you expose yourself, whether you mean to or not, you're going to get shots going to be fired at you, and you got to be able to handle it. As I said to you, it's a journey, and the hardest thing was losing time, because I should have been in Dubai in lockdown. The second one, everyone was here.
But what was the kind of lesson? Because obviously, if they've given a fine, something's not being right.
So like getting your kind of like building systems and processes, so you have you're never caught out basically. You're never caught out. You're always up to date. You're always, or even if you're not, you've got the audit trail to show it.
Yeah, of course. Regular inspections, the dates, who did it,
And that's when you've got high yielding HMOs and you've got like 6+ rooms. There's a lot more regulation. It's quite easy now because I've been through it. I had external consultants, so I know I can actually do that as another business now, which is saving people from
HMO consultants.
Yeah, but I don't get on with other landlords. Most of them are dickheads, so they don't like me either. I've seen it on the forums. You go on the landlord forums, like, why is a dickhead in it? And even authority said I should have kept low key. Just said, I should have kept low key. As people don't like landlords being out there. Whichever angle you're from, whether you're the authority where giving the licenses or whether you're other landlords, they won't like you because you make a lot of money, but people don't want to know. People don't want you to know how much money you make, basically.
So you said when you put yourself out there. So let's talk about that documentary, like the Channel 5 documentary, right? The infamous one.
Yeah.
Like how did it even come about, man? How did you even get on there?
I don't even know. You know what? It was a few years ago. It just happened. But it was really nice because I could document the journey at the end. Well, not at the end, but after you built up. And it was like a little celebration of like, I saw it as like a piss about celebration with my mates. Literally didn't think anything of it. Like it's just we got some money to ball out, and like it was quite fun. Let's be honest, it was quite fun. And it just went a bit mad. Just went a bit mental. Like it's got like 5 million views in one clip. That and then it was replayed and inspired a lot of people, which is really, really good. I still get to this day, I still get inquiries from that.
Because that was what was the name of the program? It was the Council.
Yeah, Council Millionaires, and like obviously, most of the response was positive. So most of it was like, wow, like you actually made it from the bottom. Didn't know it was possible. Yeah, and I still get that to this day. I had one this morning, some guy, and I was like, he said, "Oh, I've seen your content. Really?" I said, "What content? I hardly post. I only post stories. Really, I hardly really like not. I'm just picky, Pictures got to be right, so I hardly ever post, bro. Like, there's loads of people who do it better than me. It's another thing. Like, I don't want to post and get. I got organically 5-6 million views on a clip in like a few days. Now I'm like,
so the traction it's giving you, right?
Yeah. So that was but that wasn't intentional. So now when I post and it gets like 5,000, I'm not really. It doesn't annoy me because I'm not an influencer. I'm not a YouTuber. But I'm like, fuck you. There was, remember the time when you got 5 million and the fucking thing was on repeat. It was on like Channel 5's most watched and shit. So I don't feel the need to post, and I don't need clients because I've got a waiting list. So I don't really need clients, but sometimes I do it. And so you message me going, what? Really like your content, really inspiring. So I was thinking, what content? I message back and it's like, oh no, that documentary.
So that's like, awesome, man. It's a great fishing net.
So it must have come up on another YouTuber's side stories.
It's on Facebook a lot. You know,
Yeah, it might be on
those
Facebook.
on those
yeah.
little videos on Facebook and that from like Channel 5 or whatever.
Yeah, so I still get it to this day without being too much of a overt poster.
Yeah.
So it just come about like that, inspired those people, and it was
Is there anything from it you regret?
Not really. I had it all my own way, you know.
Yeah,
I was telling the producers what I wanted to do and stuff.
Yeah.
We should have come to.
That's actually personality as well, to be cheeky.
Yeah, I mean, I wish we were going to go to Marbella and film.
Yeah.
This was before I bought a villa there, but I knew, you know, that mindset thing, right? So I knew I was going to have a villa in Marbella.
Yeah.
I was telling the producer, she's like, yeah, but you don't have one. I was like, yeah, no, but I'm going to have one. So let's go and film at a villa we can hire and stuff. And she's like, well, let me try and clear it. But it costs a lot of money to fly them all out.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll cover it. They're like, no, we can't. Contractually, you can't be paying for anything. Like, you can't be paying our staff to travel and stuff, right?
Okay, yeah.
So we didn't do it, but that would have been sick.
Yeah.
But then, a few months later, after it came out, I bought the villa I was talking about.
Yeah.
So it's mental, isn't it? But I already knew, like, you attract what you attract what you want, kind of thing, if you go about it the right way.
Do you think that maybe somewhere the link on the chain had a consequence later on with the local authority in question, with the fines and that? Do you think the two events are linked?
Well,
are they completely separate in your mind?
Did
you get that
yeah,
question?
I had like the best lawyers.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, you're going to take out a big fish. I'm going to respond.
Of course, you're going to back his case.
And I'm going to. They sent like their top inspector. Like, you got to respect people in the game, whichever side you're on. So he was really good at his job. Really good. Knew everything. Yeah. But I was really good at mine. So I had like the best consultants helping me and stuff and getting everything. Right. I had people who used to work for other councils in London helping me, like the top, council leaders. And they did say to me, like, what the fuck are you doing online? Like, why is it all? Because they didn't know. They were like, what is this? Like, take that off now. And
as in like, your defense, your defense team, right?
Yeah. So they were like, why? We're defending you, and you've got videos of Ferraris getting rent. Like, what are you doing? You're just going to look shit in front of, even if it does go to trial.
The optics.
It's not going to look the best. You need to take it off. I was really stubborn. I was like, fucking hell, I'm not taking anything off. I ain't doing it. But then it got to the point where they're like, we can't keep on telling you the same thing. Like, your workload, the size of your portfolio, the size of your at the time your profile. I was in newspapers and stuff. You are not going to have a good result, and we're a top firm, and we don't want to. You need to do what we say.
But then I don't really get what they wanted you to do. You can't reverse the internet.
Yeah, so
once it's out there.
Yeah, I can't. I didn't have any image rights or anything anyway, so I couldn't. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't.
Yeah.
I didn't want to anyway, so that was a blessing in disguise. I wouldn't have done it anyway. To be fair, I was just like, oh, look, listen, I can't.
Yeah.
But I had to take down my mentoring, right? So I took that down, took out my personal website, and just try not to post as much, because obviously what I'm posting
basically keep a low profile, right?
Yeah, because I'm posting like, and then they go, oh, you enjoyed the lifestyle, and then your fines based on the lifestyle. But it's literally like, we're talking fines for like fire doors out of line that someone might have kicked in. Like, it's not the end of the world stuff, right? But it's a money game.
Yeah, I think on that, because I'm a HMO developer as well, and obviously me and you, we are, we work closely as well, right? And I think like on that, compliance is everything. You've learned the hard way on that, right? And I think you've kind of admitted that as well on that. And COVID was a tough time, and going forward, the systems and processes are on it. Like me and you work together on this.
So
and that's how me and you became close, and the back result of that. Do you know what I mean?
That's a funny story as well. But let me just go back to that point first of all. It is a game, and if you're playing at the top levels, as I said, you're going to get fired at.
Yeah,
they're not going to go after you if you've got 2-3 houses, single lets or whatever. But if you've got like central Manchester, big HMOs with dickhead tenants, which I had at the time, because I'd take anyone, and people used to tell me like, what? You've gone to Manchester, you picked up $3,000, you haven't even done the references, for example. I don't care. I didn't care. Because the money was like that. Could do 10 grand in a week just on deposits. Do you know what I mean? That's before rent. That's just people moving in. And I'll be out living life. So, and then in lockdown, I wasn't going. So I was just doing it remotely. So I was making that money from Marbella. really pissed me off because second lockdown, like, everyone was in Dubai and I was coming out here. I was going to set up stuff and I couldn't because I had to be sorting my portfolio and going back to the basics, which was me on site. So I had to go on site and like, you know, when you go back to your old houses, you don't remember. Like, it looks different now, innit? Because it's been utilized. So like, you're like, oh, it wasn't like this. Like, you got to spend.
You spent a lot of money to make them right.
Yeah. Spend a lot of money, but it's
you got to do what you got to do.
You know, it's basically, if you got 100 rooms, it's a lot of money buying a TV for each room, isn't it? But it's proportional, so you get a lot of rent.
So the risk is high as well, being a landlord. Like, the more rooms you got, statistically speaking, one day something's going to happen somewhere. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe not between me and you, touch wood, but somewhere in the portfolio of people that we know, it's going to happen. Like, there could be a fire, or God forbid there's a fire, and the fire alarm system is not interlinked, or the fire cert expired by a few days, and there's a fire that night. Like, if that happened in my house, guess who's going to fucking jail? Me. Right? Yeah. And then, you know, so I'm just like militant in the office with my staff, right? If anything's getting close to being a day out, I'm like, not on my fucking watch. Ain't happening, right? And I say to them, I go, are you going to come to fucking jail with me on that? Yeah. So, you know, it's about those high standards and this and that. And, you know, it's good the work that we've done. And I've seen firsthand, you know, your financial outlay you've put into it, the effort, the time, and obviously the work we've done together. And, your houses are just, they're mint now.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, they want to be now, don't they? No, but what it is, obviously, because I had a consultant on site as well, like a legal consultant, and I said to him, good job they didn't come when I had 5 houses. I wouldn't be able to pay. I said, Niven, they wouldn't have come if you had 5 houses. Yeah, you know what I mean? Good point. It's only because you've got a big portfolio. Fair enough, but I can afford it now. But then again, could the money have been spent better looking after local residents? Yes, it could have. So don't know whose pocket that's gone into, but taking out for dinner.
That's the one. But yeah, no, it's ultimately, even like failures, inverted commas, are like good life lessons, and they make a good story as well, man.
Yeah,
they put airs on your chest, man. Like, that experience is invaluable. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you can talk about that for the rest of your life, really.
Yeah, basically. I mean, it's just the way it happened. I'd rather not. You know.
Of course. Yeah.
But it's I part of my training now as well is how to basically crisis manage, which is a legal term.
Yes.
The crisis management is not just if you get brought in for an interview because you've had a door wrong, and it's actually a police criminal evidence acts interview. Yeah, so it goes down that quasi criminal road. But so crisis management is like anything. You could be anywhere and have a crisis, and it might not be in property, but high net worth people need crisis management. So that's one of the things I do as well for like higher net worth people. Crisis management. We've got a really good operation behind that as well. But you've had to go through it to give advice, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Do you know what I mean? If you're stuck abroad, it's lockdown, you've got, raids going on in your properties. You're worth millions.
Mentally, your world's collapsing really a little bit.
Because people know what you're worth as well, so they know what they can take from you. That's crisis management, and you need the right team. You need a fucking command center. Basically, you need a command center. And every move's got to be thought about. Right, you move left, this is gonna happen. You move right. You bring in lawyers to watch the lawyers. You bring in a consultant above that, strategizing everything. It's mad. It's mad. It's nothing. I didn't know about it before because I didn't have money before. Do you know what I mean? So, I've got lawyers in every country now. Where I visit. I've got representatives. They work for my UK team. Got bank accounts, bank managers. You never know. You know what I mean? So I've got, and that's really is like the higher point of.
I think that's a really good point about that crisis management, right? It's just. Because not everybody is born with that. I wasn't really born with it. You learn it. You learn it how to deal with shit when shit hits the fucking fan. Right? There are people I know around me who will panic in certain situations. There are people like myself, I know in high stress situations, I just get into laser focus. Laser fucking focus. And like any noise or, if you're with somebody and they're talking about some dispute on the coffee counter with Karen and I've got my laser focus on, I'm just like, I'll ignore that person, right? And I'm just purely in the zone to get it sorted. Do you know what I mean? Until it's done.
Yeah, it takes it's a high mentally taxing, and you need a high level of mental performance to get through it. but it's quite. I grew up in chaos basically, so I enjoy it. I didn't do it because I enjoy it, but I thrive in it. That's where my best work comes out. That's how I got deals made. You know, they're on side now. Local authority in question are on side.
Yeah, there's a good relationship.
Yeah, there's a good relationship. Getting planning permission granted for like things that I never thought would be possible. Got like hotels in the pipeline, and that is from holding your ground, managing a crisis. So, yeah, and at the end of the day, like, if someone thinks, as I said to you before, if something's meant for you, it is meant for you. No one can take it away. That's a mindset I've got. Yeah. It's like people are like, what if you lost it? Well, I said, no, it wasn't. That wasn't even a doubt. Yeah. That wasn't even a thought in my head.
But that you just said that example. What if you lost it all? Let's say you lost everything tomorrow and you had to start again. What would you do? And where would you start?
Just get to work, man.
Doing
just
what?
Get to graft.
What does that even mean, working and grafting? What does that mean?
It doesn't matter. Like, I'd build up a deposit and I'd start again, but I'd know everything now.
How would you build up that deposit?
No, I might even just do a normal job. Yeah. I'm not too proud to do a normal job. 100%. Some people were like, oh, I used to make 100 grand a month. I'm not going to go and work in a call center. Yeah. I'll go into that call center. I'd do exactly the same what I've done before. Yeah. And I'd have that hustle again. But because I know all the game now, it'd be a lot easier.
Yeah. I mean, I've worked in the call center in my 20s. I worked in recruitment. Like, I did takeaway driving a bit like you for a bit. And yeah, you're right. There can't be any pride when making money. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? When you're starting out, create the cash cow. Yeah. Do what you got to do to create the cash cow. Do you know what I mean?
You know what it is as well. But now I've got links with, as I said, banks. I could raise the money easy. Yeah, I'd never, you know, if I had £1 million fine, I could raise that money. Yeah, yeah. That's, you know, that's just the way it is. Yeah. But if I lost everything, I wouldn't want a handout. I'd just do it again. But I'd document it this time. I'd literally document.
Same, bro.
I would document everything.
100%.
And I'd show this is possible. Because still there's a little bit of doubt sometimes with people. Like, they don't know what it was like 10, 15 years ago. But if I documented it from day one, now, and I make sure the content, I'd do everything. I'd do content. I don't have to do content now. No. I'd do content. I'd do YouTube. I'd do everything, TikTok. Yep. And
Get a film crew following you, man. Do you know what I mean?
I'd made way more money than I used to make. Yeah. Way more money. But got to enjoy it as well. That's why I don't do that stuff now. Like, I do it if I enjoy it, if I post a car and stuff, but I don't do it for that. But I would do it for that. Yeah. I would, like, maximum everything.
So what cash cow would you create then if you had to start again?
I do property. I do property. Yeah. I do flips. Like, I know where to get houses.
So you flips. That's the
So I do a few flips. I've got off-market deals all the time. Most of them I turn down because it's like a lot of effort to make £20,000. So I give it to my clients. But yeah, so I just do loads of them. Build up 100,000. Get a few HMOs in a new area.
100%, man. Just even like doing sourcing deals, or flips, or a bit of rent to rent. Just like, there's so many ways under the umbrella of property, right?
But I'm really good at picking an area, finding the below market value price properties, and then pulling the money back out, and getting most of my money back out. Yeah. So I can build a portfolio for like 20 grand. Yeah. And it'll take a bit of time. Might take 2 years, but I can do it.
Well, it's the Burr method, isn't it? Buy, refurb, rent, refinance, repeat. Right?
So, or I can go into an area, buy one, do a quick refurb and make 30 grand. And then I'm back on my feet.
Yeah, you'll be back in no time, man. All of us, man, if God forbid we fucking lost everything, I'll be back in a year or two. Maybe not 35 properties, but I'll be back. I'll be back buying places in like Grimsby, the Blackpools, where I need 20% deposit on a 50, 60 grand house. 20% deposit on a 60 grand house is 12k plus stamp duty. Call it 15k, all in. Right? You don't think I can save 15k?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean? But I could say that several times in a year if I start again.
Yeah, exactly. And I'd cut out all the lifestyle bullshit as well.
Of course.
Obviously, I enjoy it, but I'd start again. And I quite enjoy I've still got, I retain a house on the estate. Yeah. I just leave it empty. Yeah. Like, sometimes I go and do some work, but it makes me motivated. It's really nice inside, but it's on the estate, right? People always say, my mates come around. Why
is that in Sheffield?
Yeah, that's in Sheffield. So I've got two actually. One's rented. I've got another one, and that is a rough estate, right? Yeah. It's inside. You wouldn't tell. Inside, it's like I could post it and say if fucking anywhere. I could pretend that's a villa if I wanted to. Yeah. But I retain that to one, remember where I come from, and two, as a kind of like an inspirational kind of get back on your grind, work all the time, kind of not take your foot off the gas kind of view. So I retain that, and I could easily go back there and start again. But I'd be sharper this time, and I wouldn't make the same mistakes.
100%.
So if you're coming to me for like advice and mentoring, and my clients, they get the sharpness. They get like, because I can afford to take risks and not be as sharp, but for clients, It keeps me in the game. Like I can even negotiate with estate agents. I don't go for like, being out here looking at houses. I don't go to dinners with estate agents. I don't go for drinks. I don't do none of that because I know how to negotiate. I don't need. I just cut the crap in it. So I do that for clients. So I'd be really sharp. I'd just get rid of all that. Just do it for myself. If I really need to start again, I'd get rid of all the clients as well. I'd just do it myself because obviously I know I make the money. So. But yeah, it'd be interesting. But I'm not looking to do that. Man. I'm looking to enjoy it for once. You know? It's like I'm not looking to do that. So that's why I put assets abroad. Yeah, assets abroad. How are you going to lose? Even if I had a massive confiscation order, kind of like you said, the Russian oligarchs in the UK, could go to numerous countries and start again. I've literally got the whole setup there.
What's the diversification, right? Diversification reduces risk.
And, you reduce your risk. But I've got. Every house I've got for myself is set up exactly the same. Yeah. Same TV. It's the same like Netflix, same what's it called, internet package, sofa layout, home from home.
Speaking of like your investments and diversification, what do you think of all this forex, crypto, and like what do you think about all these?
It's not for me. It's not for
options trading.
It's not for me. It's you don't know. You don't. It's not guaranteed, is it? Yeah. You never look in the rich list and see how someone's made it from crypto. Crypto maybe because they got in the right. Yeah, crypto they got. But then again, are they though? Because a lot of them are funded. A lot of them have people behind them pretending they made it from crypto. Yeah. So they get loads of people on the courses. Because the courses can make a lot of money. Can make £500,000 a month, of course. The right course.
And the memberships as well. Like.
The memberships is recurring. Yeah. So sometimes they have backers. I know a few myself in Dubai. They have backers. They buy like really nice cars, like Bugattis and shit. And it's bollocks. They're not making it out of crypto. They say they are, but they're getting paid for that. And then it pays for itself, isn't it? Because your subscription pays for your lifestyle. You know all your courses, and then you just have to reinvest it in lifestyle, and that's how it is. So I don't believe it, man. I don't. Even the best hedge funds. And it's an old topic, but if you look in the rich list, there are hedge fund managers. Yeah. Hedge funds make 10 to 20% a year. The best ones, hedge fund managers, right? And you're telling me someone who's 22 is making 20% a day or a week.
It's the high risk, though, isn't it? That's why it's such high returns.
Yeah, but they're not investing millions either, though.
Then it's gambling, then, really.
No, but the more you've got to invest, if you've got £10 million in your hedge fund, and you make one move, and you get the market right, you can make the money for the rest of the year. You can make 100 mil, 10x, can't you? But they ain't playing with 10 mil though. They're playing with like apparently because they showed the screenshots like 100 grand. Sorry, not even 100 grand, like 10 grand. So they're saying that they're doing that consistently. They're winning, and the losses. If you ever look, the losses will be really small. I lost £1,000 today. And then the next day they'll post, I made 7. Then they'll be out spending it.
There's definitely a lot of bullshit behind it. I mean, there are people who are like proper technical nerds, and they will like become like the Matrix when they look at the graphs and the candlesticks and all that.
But I knew a brilliant mathematician. Yeah, and he worked for NASA. He was scouted at a young age from school and he went to the best UDs. Had like drivers for hedge funds and went to work at NASA. They're not the people in Dubai wearing Balenciaga going for dinners. They're not. Do you know what I mean? So I've been here for a long time, bro. Before the social media, I've seen it all. Like, I know what's bollocks. Even if it's a different industry, I know what's bollocks. Do you know what I mean? I know who makes money, who doesn't. You know. So yeah, it's one of them, and that's why you hear things, but scammers make a lot of money. Scamming. That's what they're doing.
So you're calling it out? They're just
calling it out.
They're
obviously.
Fucking scammers then.
Yeah, scammers make money. I'm not gonna lie. Scammers scam £1 million in a month if you want. Yeah. That's what forex for me is. So, it's just I don't. And also, like 20 years time, what you're gonna still be doing the trades? Like even if it's not bad, you're still gonna be doing the trades. No, you're not. Yeah. So I don't know, man. But yeah, it's one of them. Whatever way you make your money online and stuff, more digital money these days, get it in property. You can't go wrong, can you?
Yeah, no, for sure, mate, for sure. So we're gonna wrap it up shortly. But before that, what do you think about like this, like this entrepreneur manosphere online and linked with like, you know, with the masculinity, femininity, the Andrew Tates of the world. Like, what do you think's going on with that? Why is there a mini culture war which is overlapping with like entrepreneurship and Andrew Tates and Jordan Peterson's?
I think when I started, it was, and this is quite an interesting story for the younger viewers. No one wanted to be self-employed.
Yeah.
It was get a job as a lawyer, doctor.
Yep.
Yeah.
The fucking Matrix, mate, to feed the beast, isn't it?
Yeah. Even my own mum now, when she goes shopping, she goes, Harrods, take a shopping.
Yeah, that's cute.
She goes, everyone in here's got their own business, haven't they? Yeah, they have. Yeah. That's it. She goes, yeah. Well, they're not going to be doing that if they're not self-employed. So even her subscribe to that self-employment model now. Self-employment as in your own business, not self-employed on the like being a fucking joiner or something. No offense, but you know. Yeah. So like
not
business.
not a one-man band.
That's still a job. You just a one-man band. You're your own manager. You're
like a freelance QS or hairdresser, barber, fucking plumber, whatever. Right?
Yeah. That's not a business, right? So yeah, and it's true though, isn't it? Let's be honest. Like, you're not going to have that freedom if you're not. So now it is trendy to do that, and for good reason. It is really trendy.
You're right, actually. There's a cultural shift. Like,
Definitely.
Because we grew up above a shop, right? And our dad were like really pushing my sister to do dentistry. Wanted me to go uni. And honestly, uni's fucking bollocks, mate.
Yeah.
And I've got a bachelor's and I've got a master's. I never needed it. I didn't need my degree in maths. And
I think it depends what you do.
Obviously, if you do vocational, engineering, medicine, then there is no choice but to go uni. But, you know, when you do the geographies of the world, you do maths, you don't even use it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And all these other random degrees.
I mean, I did law because I did law, but not a full degree. So I could understand the world and I use it every day. I use it every day. You can't fuck with me. And even solicitors, when they ring me up sometimes on behalf of people, I can shut them down. I've got the best barristers working for me. Like, I know this whole system from law. Property law, business law, personal law, whatever. You always need it, especially if you got money and you're young and you're in the UK. You're going to get tested.
So do you think? What do you think of Andrew Tate?
Yeah. So like going back to your question, then I think that it's quite a good thing to encourage people and to motivate them to get out of the system, because there is a system. I've been through it. I've been through it twice. I've been through it getting money, having money and not having money. That's good, and not be sheep and stuff. I don't.
It's the personal accountability I like, right?
Yeah.
So like he'll have a go at like incels and just go, right, if you're fat, you live in your mum's basement, you got a shit job, obviously no one's gonna sleep with you. So sort your shit out. Go to the gym, lose some weight, get a good physique, start a fucking business, sort your shit out.
And you
like,
do, and you know, you
that's
need
powerful advice because
you need people. I give my young clients, I do the mindsets thing as well. But when I was growing, you know, was starting out and stuff, I didn't have that. Well, no one had it. There's no YouTube doing that. So it's quite good, and that's why they want faster money, and they can probably make it faster as well. But I don't really get involved in the online. I don't have time. Like I don't want to. I want to enjoy stuff. I don't want to be commenting on TikToks and stuff. I don't give a fuck. Like I've got people who do to an extent. Oh, I get it all the time, by the way. You know, when I post like Lambos and stuff, it's rented. And I don't even.
Yeah, the negative fucking.
I don't even care. Online, like it just makes me. It boosts my profile actually. If you do that, I don't need to go into the fact that I could actually explain to you how it could cost actually more if it's rented.
Yeah, for sure, 110%. When you look at the day rate on rent versus.
I got one the other day. It's rented, and they tagged a rental company in it, like a massive rental company. I was like, right, oh yes, I rented it and flew it to Marbella, but that cost more than you'd save in a year. So. But anyway, so I don't really get involved in the online kind of debates. I'm just out here enjoying life, man.
Yeah, that's what it's about, bro. But I just want to say it's a privilege to have this conversation with you. You're one of the most successful people I've ever met in terms of what you started with and where you're at now. I think that in itself is an inspiration, and anybody who has the privilege to talk to you, it's nice that you allow them to pick your brains, and they should pick your brains because it's in their interest because of where you came from and where you're at now.
I've got time for everyone, man. I've got time for literally. I try and give as much out as that's what I feel like it's my duty.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And I really respect that, and I can see that, and I feel that from your energy and like, you know, the time we've had in Dubai and the things that we've been doing. Yeah, it's been a privilege to have this first interview with you. You are guest number 1 on the Real Sunny Gill podcast.
I only do guest number 1s. No number 2s here.
But
yeah,
that's going to go down in history, right?
Yeah.
So when you're next in Dubai before I let you go?
I don't know. I'd need to check my schedule. But yeah, I'm always last minute, of course. But yeah, hopefully November F1 again.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll catch you out here again, part 2.
Yeah, let's plan our next trip, man.
Yeah, why not?
But yeah, I just want to say thank you again, bro. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
All right, cheers, man.
Thank you.